Hi everyone. I hope you're staying safe by staying home to avoid the spread of the COVID-19. I'm here today to share with you my experience with the COVID-19. In the beginning of March, I started having terrible headaches, but prior to that, I had a dry cough and I had some chest pains. I ignored both the chest pains and the dry cough because I was just recovering from a terrible flu. I had the flu end of January and through February, and I had an infection in my chest and I had a lot of congestion. So the cough took really long to clear, so I thought it was that. And then the chest pains as well because I exercised, so I thought maybe I overdid the push-ups. But in the beginning of March, I started having a funny taste in my mouth that even when I ate really nice food, I couldn't taste it. And then the headaches started. So I started taking painkillers, and and then around the same time that I started having headaches, a colleague also started feeling sick, and she was complaining about being really tired. The Saturday following that week, she sent me a message telling me that she couldn't get out of bed because she was feeling really bad. She had a throbbing headache, and she was feeling really exhausted. So I just told her, well, take a lot of rest and drink a lot of fluids because I thought it was the flu, because it was the flu season anyway. And then on Monday, she sends me a message. She says she can't come to work, and because she couldn't get out of bed, and she told me she had called the doctor who was going to come and see her to see her at home, and then she would let me know later how that would go. So, and then later on that afternoon, she called me and she said, yeah, the doctor suggested that she goes and sees her GP because the doctor that came to see her at her house couldn't give her the rest days that she needed, but she needed to consult her general practitioner to be able to give her the rest days so that she could stay home and rest. So, so she went to see her GP, and the GP suggested that she goes to the hospital to get tested because there's this coronavirus going around. So she went to get tested, and then her result came positive. She tested positive for COVID-19. And of course, I panicked and said, oh, are you sure that's what it is? It's not the flu. Then she said, no. The doctors confirmed it's the COVID-19. So me and my family have to self-quarantine. Then she advised that if any of us, myself and the other colleagues, started feeling sick, to call our doctors, and also just to let everyone in the office know that this is what has happened. And so when I got home, I called my GP and told him that I was exposed to somebody who tested positive for COVID-19. So he told me that since I didn't have any issues breathing or a runny nose, he just suggested that I self-quarantine. Thursday morning, I couldn't get out of bed. This is now the day after my colleague confirmed that she tested positive, and I was, like I said before, I was already experiencing these headaches, and I was taking medication for it. I couldn't move my head. I had a terrible headache. You know, normally migraines, you feel the headache around the forehead, but this time it was like concentrated mostly at the back and just on at the back of my head and the neck. So when I coughed, I could feel the tension and the pressure right at the back. And even when I'm seated, the way I'm sitting right now, I had to put a cushion behind my neck to support my head like that. I couldn't sit upright without supporting my head. So I called my doctor again. I was like, okay, I'm not having any breathing issues, but I have this throbbing headache and it doesn't seem to go away. Then the doctor suggested that I take paracetamol. So I took it, but nothing was happening. I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. So I called in I called my boss to just let them know that I wouldn't be in that day. So yeah, then I got started on the lemon and ginger concoctions. I just started boiling like a big pot of the lemon and ginger and honey, and just drank that during the day. And then I started making other home remedies as well, the garlic and honey and hot water and the vapor rub steam. And I did a lot of a bunch of things. I couldn't do much for myself, so I just thank God for all my friends and especially from the home group, and that made meals for me and did the shopping for me when I couldn't move. I didn't tell a lot of people in the beginning. I think I only told my pastor I think a day or two after I self-quarantined. I sent him a message to tell him that this is what I'm experiencing and to ask him to pray for me. And then I told one of my sisters about it as well. I think it was a day or two afterwards, because I needed to take all of it in, and because I didn't know what this would mean. And it was a moment of a scary moment for me, because I had already heard of people that were really sick and died of it. The reasons why I didn't tell a lot of people is I have close friends that even when something is serious, people just make a light moment of it or minimize it. And so most of the time I deal with things on my own, and most of the people don't know when I'm dealing with something. Normally I just withdraw and just be by myself and just deal with whatever I have to deal with, because because sometimes when you're dealing with something and you tell people, their reaction alone can also make you feel worse than you're feeling. So I didn't tell so many people because of that. And also I didn't want to overwhelm myself, because I knew that if I told so many people about it, then the calls and the messages and everything will start, and everybody will become now my own doctor and will be advising and giving me all this information. So, and I was avoiding that. Of course, it's coming from a good heart, but then again, when you're going through something, sometimes you don't even want to hear this. You are taking a moment to figure this thing out, and then you're bombarded with all these messages and all that. So I really didn't want to do that. And then as days went by, a few people started knowing about it from other people and from the colleagues that knew about it and everything. So yeah, so those are the reasons why I didn't tell anybody about it. It's not that I was hiding, because really it's nothing to be ashamed of, and I wasn't hiding it for any reason. I just wanted to deal with it on my own, as I always do anyway. And so from the headache, then I started having back pain, and I started having body aches. I started having chills. This minute I'm cold, the next I'm feeling hot, and sleeping at night just became a nightmare. I couldn't sleep at all, because that's when I felt it was so weird, because when I was sleeping, that's when I felt more the chills. Like during the day I felt them, but at night it's like it became worse. So I couldn't sleep. I think maybe it was also the anxiety and the panic that was going on in my head. But what I did was I just really found solace in God. And even that first night when my colleague confirmed being positive, I couldn't sleep. And so when I couldn't sleep, I just got up, sat up, read my Bible and prayed. I said to God, I'm in this house physically alone, so it's you and me. I just pray, Lord, that you would just hold me in your arms and help me to go through this. I don't know what this means. I don't know how this will turn out. I don't really know. Right now I'm very anxious and I'm panicking. Please help me through this. And I kept doing that, and I can honestly say that the whole of that week I couldn't sleep. I just, a lot of things were going on in my head. So I struggled through that week. In the second week, I still was having such a terrible headache, and the back pain as well. It was so hard to either sit up, to lie down, everything just hurt. So I just continued on the home remedies and the paracetamol for the headaches. And after 2 weeks, at least the headache now started slowing down. But the cough remained, and I coughed a lot, especially at night. And the chest pains as well, so it was uncomfortable to sleep, because if I sleep on the back and to get up, there was a problem as well. So really, so I just continued to pray to God just to give me strength to go through it. And I really felt the peace that surpasses human understanding. That's the peace that I had. It was difficult to be in the house alone, but knowing and having the assurance that God was with me the whole time just gave me so much strength. And I really, even the anxiety kind of just disappeared slowly, so I was able to sleep. So I started feeling better as time went by. So now it's been over a month since that happened. I'm not saying that I'm 100% sure that I had COVID-19. What I'm saying is I had symptoms of the COVID-19, and also I had the symptoms that the colleague who tested positive had. So the chances of me having it, from what I was feeling, there's definitely 90 to 99% chance that I had it, and also because of the symptoms that I had. I wasn't tested because, as you may all be aware, the test kits are not enough for everyone, so they are being reserved for people that are really sick, and those are the ones that are getting tested. But for the rest of the people, as long as you don't have any breathing issues and you don't have any runny nose, you are just told to self-quarantine and stay home, and just to take paracetamol for the headaches, and to take a lot of liquids. And then with time, the virus just disappears. The way I'm feeling right now, I feel okay. I don't have any body aches. I don't have any backaches. I don't have any headaches. I don't have any chills. I don't have fatigue. All these things, I had them in the beginning, but I don't have them anymore. The only thing that I have, even the chest pains are gone now. Thank God for that. And the only thing that I still have is the dry cough. And I've continued on the home remedies. I'm still doing the ginger, lemon and honey concoction, and the garlic as well. I do it. It's not something that's so fun to do, but I'm still doing it, and I'm still rubbing some vaporable in my chest. The reason I wanted to share this with you, with everyone, is to just bring awareness to people on how serious this COVID-19 is. People are not observing social distancing. People are not adhering to the directives that the government has put in place. They're forgetting that there's a few Zambians that have been affected, and at the moment we even have 3 cases of people that have died out of it. But still, people are very careless about it, and they continue to socialize, and in the markets and in the buses, people just are not even paying attention, and they seem to look at it like it's something that's really not serious. This thing is not choosing who to attack. It can attack any age, children, grown-ups, old people, young people. It doesn't choose. It's a virus. It affects everyone. So please, people, take this thing seriously. Stay at home. The more you go out there, the more you spread this virus, because if you go out there, you get infected, and the symptoms, some of the people are not even showing symptoms, so you won't know. You're sitting with somebody, they are fine, they think they are fine, but you get the virus. Come back home, you infect your family, and then the kids go and play with other kids, they spread it, and this thing continues. The only way we can fight this thing is by staying at home and keeping yourself safe, you and your family safe. That's the way we are going to contain this situation. Really. And also these people that are going out to drink, you go and in hideouts, you sneak around and go and drink. Is alcohol more important than your life, really? You go and drink with your buddies. Maybe 1 or 2 of your buddies have this virus. You get infected. On your way back home, if you don't drive, you get on a bus or I don't know what, you meet people on the way, you infect those. You get home, you infect your family. And this thing continues. Really, people, take this thing seriously. I didn't think I would have it, but I had it. I had it. And it really, I thought it was something that you hear about in the news. And oh yeah, there's this virus. And and that's the attitude I had in the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, even at work, actually, when I started having the cough, some colleagues were even joking, maybe that's the coronavirus. I was like, nah. No, stop joking. It's not for us, you know. And we made jokes about it with my colleagues. I was like, no, it's not for Africans, you know. We Africans are strong. These viruses, no, it's not for us. But me and my colleague, we got it, and many others have been affected. So far, the numbers are just still going up. Here in Belgium, people are dying every single day. There's new cases every single day. People, please stay home if you don't have to go outside. Stay home and keep safe. And staying home is it's not only keeping yourself safe, you are also protecting other people, and also you are also helping the health workers who have to work around the clock to be able to take care of sick people. The more you stay home, the less people they will have to take care of, so that they can also, you know, spend time with their own families. Some of them have not seen their families in a long time because they have to work around the clock to take care of people that are sick. Please, people, stay at home and save lives. Not only your lives, but other people's lives. Stay home. Take this thing seriously. I'm talking to everyone, especially my own people, Zambians, please. This attitude of just saying this is not for me or whatever, really, you need to take this seriously. And really, by not paying attention to what to taking precautions, it means you're putting other people in danger also. So my request is for people to take this seriously and stay home if you don't have to be out there. Let the essential workers be the ones to go out. Really, I know in Zambia, of course, there's people that sell things in the markets, and they're saying, yeah, we can't afford to stay home because that's how we feed our families. Okay, if you have to be in public, then follow the directives that the government has put in place. Make sure you mask up, make sure you wash your hands, sanitize, observe social distancing. I think even in the market also there's a way you can keep a distance from each other. So do whatever you can to avoid spreading this disease. So this is the reason why I wanted to share this and my experience, and also to show you that this thing doesn't choose who to affect or to attack. It doesn't choose, because really, like I said again, I never even thought I could have it, but here I am. I went through this thing, and it's so real. I just thank God that He preserved my life. Like, if you get infected, don't feel ashamed about it. Really get help as fast as you can, and really, there's no need to stigmatize. And those other people, if you hear somebody has the virus, it's not time to start stigmatizing. You have to help in any way that you can. I'm really thankful for people that were helping me, because if they all stigmatized me and just left me to be on my own, it would have been very difficult, because I couldn't do anything for myself. So when somebody has this and they are so sick to take care of themselves, be there to help them, even just a phone call or just to check up on them and see how they are doing. So please just be there for your friends, and also if you have friends that are health workers, really be an encouragement to them, because they are really they come back and they are seeing this firsthand, so they are coming back home with so much to take in. So just be there, and some of them have even been infected through taking care of people that have been infected. So really, let's pray for our family and friends that are health workers, that God can protect them from this virus, and that they can also, you know, stay healthy, and that they don't spread the virus to their families. And just to encourage them and just to applaud them that they are doing a tremendous job, because without them, I mean, it would be impossible to contain the virus. Please stay home. The only way we can fight this virus is by joining hands and doing whatever possible we can to avoid spreading it. The more we stay home, the quicker this thing will go. But if we keep moving about aimlessly, we are spreading it more. So it will be difficult to contain this, and it can go on for a very long time. I think everybody's bored staying home, and we are running out of ideas of what to do as we stay indoors. So we can only put an end to this by joining hands and doing everything possible to stop the spread of this virus. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you, and I pray that you don't have to go through this. May God protect you and your families. Stay safe.